Hi, Pisces. Can't get this how I want it to be. Hold on. Should have did this before going live. Okay, that's better. I'll leave it. Hi, Pisces. It is Ray. Welcome back to my channel. Happy May. Happy Saturn. Today's Saturday? Saturday, yeah. It is May 3rd, 2025. I hope all is well. Some of you have toddlers. Spit bubbles are coming up. But how are you? You gotta give me a minute to get warmed up, but give me a second. It's a rainy day, it's a chill day. It's a perfect day to read. I will start this reading by saying there's two energies that are coming up so far. The first is a high sexual drive. I guess that's is that the right way or proper way to say it? But yeah, high sexual drive. As well as someone is hella nosy. I don't know if this is you or if this is someone around you. But hella nosy as in monkey see, monkey do. Okay. Okay. Oops. Let us pray. If you don't know how to, the month of May will be perfect, especially since there's a lot of like nosy ass energy around, to learn how to put a protective shield over yourself. And if you don't know what I'm referencing, Twilight, is it the last Twilight? When they almost went to war with the Volturi, and Bella, one of her powers was a shield of protection. So it's happened to Twilight. But you're Pisces, you're always in a Twilight type of energy. Let's pray. 222. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Pisces placements on their May 2025 monthly reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect as the month unfolds. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Gratitude. Ashe. It's interesting. I have been flipping this sage stick counterclockwise in every prayer, and I feel like it's just clicked in your prayer, Pisces. So May could be definitely a month of epiphanies for you. Shit that has not been clicking is starting to click. No pun intended, but counterclockwise is releasing the past. So interesting. Hold on. Can you hear the rooster? I'll pause the music. Well, that's the bird. That's the cardinal. It's a cardinal and it's a finch. They're eating. Anywho. Why did I pause the music? Oh, so you can hear the rooster. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. It's raining too, but anywho. But there's a wake-up call. Hi, is it Kia? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't like to mispronounce names. Hold on. I don't want to fuck up the name. Hi, is it Devanand or Devanand? But what's up? Pisces, May 2025. Ooh, the moon. Okay. What's going on with Pisces spirit? So again, energies that are coming up so far is a high sexual drive. Work is coming up as well. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You could be making, I hear, should I stay, should I go? I don't know. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So you could be questioning whether or not you should either thug it out or progress forward. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, the moon. It's interesting because I feel like with your manifestations for answers, and this could be because you're Pisces, but there's this energy of, it's like you're asking God to show you the path, the way, the truth in your dreams. And it's interesting because I feel like your dreams are not answering the questions that you seek purposefully. All right, let's see what comes out. Pisces. Yeah, strength in reverse. Here I'm tired. Seven of Wands in reverse. Definitely you don't. Okay. Let me just keep pulling first. Five of Cups upright. Pisces, May. I don't know if this is being burnt out, but you're definitely exhausted energetically with something. You could be like, I don't know, your energy is low. And that could, I'm being drawn back to that protection. Yeah, Devil in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so far you have Strength in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups upright, the Two of Swords upright, and then the Eight of Cups. So with the Devil being in reverse and the Ace of Swords being in reverse, is interesting because I feel like you know exactly, you know what to do. And we always know what to do, but sometimes what we know, when we know what we need to do, it doesn't mean that we take those steps, you know? It's kind of like, I don't know, forgiveness is coming up, but you can't have forgiveness without changed action. You can't apologize without changed action, because without changed action, the apology is irrelevant. With Strength in reverse, Seven of Wands, I feel like the masculine side of you, whether you are dominantly masculine or feminine, your masculine energy is truly burnt out. And it's interesting because I do feel it's not here on the board, but I do feel like you're mentally, with the Two of Swords here, mentally trying to come up with a creative way to call in without taking certain action. But it's kind of like the energy of, you can't have one without the other. But also with the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Swords being in reverse, I hear that song Empress on the bottom, is anything I'm doing brand new. And I feel like everything you do needs to be brand new at this time. Pisces, the Hermit, your opposite, Virgo, and the Hierophant. So you're being called to make a new commitment to something. But whatever this new commitment is, it's like there's this lack of want of, if it's not, I'm wanting to say the lack of wanting to put in the work, but it's like you don't mind doing the work if you know that the work is going to pay off, but you're not being able to come to a solid conclusion about that. Yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse. It's really, it's a hindrance in a sense. um some of you, not all of you, but some of you are truly scared of commitment as well. There's a lot of heartbreak and that's being carried with you. There's a deep mother wound here too. I see the Lover's card in my mind's eye, and I keep hearing, look at your relationships. And it's interesting because for a lot of you, as I say, look at your relationships, they're showing me, I guess this would be codependent connections. So it's like, I hear, who can I run to when I need love? So it's like, it's like having someone on speed dial, literally or metaphorically. But when you don't have that, I don't know, it's something about an energy that is very mothering and very nurturing. When that is absent, when that is absent from your presence, I hear you become absent from spirit. Because as I say that, I look down at the Hermit and the Hierophant. H could be significant. Oh, hold on. What rune is that? I'm going to look it up in a second. You could be working with runes at this time, but you see with the Hermit is your opposite, Virgo energy. Hold on, I got to put this on a charger. Yes, low energy, because I swear this shit was fully charged before I went live. I promise you it was. Anywho, it's like seeking enlightenment, seeking answers, but then having your back is turned towards the truth, you know? Hold on. Let me look up the rune. I think, hold on. Where's the dictionary I use? Okay, it's right here. Transformation, egg of life. Yes, yes. But I feel like you're resisting it. Anything else with this for Pisces? Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're definitely resisting it. I feel like you're being called to go down a path that you've been saying no to for a very long time. But it's coming to a point with this Two of Swords where, you know, we always have a choice. But if you really want to walk away from the past, then this choice needs to be made. The commitment needs to be honored. I feel like you're going through a journey of your South Node to truly reach the peak, the starting peak of your North Node. And it's like, you know, spiritually or energetically, you would rather just do away with the South Node energy. South Node energy, the way Spirit is showing me it for you, is from the day you were conceived up until now. Even if you've tapped into, you know, your soul's purpose, there's still a journey that's connected to your South Node that you've been avoiding. I hear you've been delulu. I don't use that word in my vocabulary, but there is an illusion and a delusion about it. I may say delusion, but I don't say delulu, so I don't know who says that, but yeah. Pisces. Yeah, Eight of Wands in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse. Things are halted until this path is taken. Can you show me this path that you're asking Pisces to take that they're avoiding? It's different for all of you. You know, we all have different backgrounds, but the Tower, something that's already, in your perception, broken you. Whatever it is, it's also connected to your very first traumatic experience, whatever that is for you. The moon fell, Cancer, Pisces energy. So yeah, it's definitely a mother wound here. It's also giving the spirit that you need to connect with the most is the spirit that you're avoiding the most. And I don't mean that in like, you know, saying that you're avoiding like a dark spirit and you need to connect with that. Like, no, this is it's connected to your North Node, but it's like a DNA twine with your South Node. Yeah, High Priestess in reverse. There's a need to take action. I do feel like the eagle is your spirit guide in the month of May. So elevating your perception in order to take this journey. The Page of Wands in reverse. You know, one of your what I'm about to say, you as an individual would refer to it as a healing mechanism, but it's more so a coping mechanism. And what that is when you have the power to say no, right? As an adult, you have the power to choose. We've said that earlier, but that's coming up again. And it's interesting because it's kind of like what you choose and what you say no to is a rebellious act. And you know, there is a time to be rebellious. We are in the age of Aquarius, so rebellion is a theme and will be a theme, as you can see with what the fuck is happening in the world, right? But with rebellion, the rebellion that you're expressing, again, it's coping and not healing. So it is a lower self-response. It is a shadow self-response, which is why the hermit came out first. Your opposite, the shadow, right? And being very analytical, you know, being able, and what I mean by analytical, because Virgo, you know, dotting the I's or crossing the T's, but more so being able to literally list. When it comes to a pros and cons list, you can, it's like your list is like 1,000 shots, right? Of why you shouldn't do it. But that one reason, even if it's one reason of why you should, overcompasses everything that you can name as a con, because that energy is healing. You not dealing is coping. And you know, and we can compare that to medicine, Eastern versus Western. Eastern medicine is meant to heal, to cure. Western medicine is meant to just treat the problem temporarily. There's a big difference, and the same applies here. I hope that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna pull from this deck one more time. Hi, love. Rich afternoon. It may be rising in the West Coast, but it's definitely afternoon in the East Coast. I'm good. I am chilling. The rain stopped. We started this, it was raining. The rain is currently stopped. It's supposed to be raining all day, so it's gonna come back. But again, once you initiate this journey, I just see the Eight of Cups, something stops. And you really start to heal versus cope. Okay? Yeah, Ten of Swords. You could also feel like with whatever you're resisting, like it's not your responsibility, but it is. It's your responsibility on behalf of who you were as a child. I don't know. It feels like you have an opportunity. Interesting. It feels like you have an opportunity for a reckoning and you're just like, fuck no. And it's like, you don't get on the bandwagon. Yeah, Three of Cups, Four of Swords. So this is going back to that energy of when I was describing like that mother wound and needing that a certain nourishment that comes from a certain individual. This could be from your mother or just a person in your life that just gives that energy. I hear naturally. But with the Three of Cups and the Four of Swords, I do feel like there's a lot of dismantling of I don't like the word friend, so I don't want to say friendships, but I hear false connections. And whatever is a false connection, it's not spiritually aligned. And that's important during this time. Oh shit, that was a bar. Okay, spirit. But yeah, something's not spiritually aligned, but it will be if you go on this journey. And we're back to the Two of Swords. So you have a decision to make. Oh, let me write that down. And let me tell you, hold on. If you choose to not make the decision, like, you know, life goes on. So, you know, you'll meet people, shit, you might get in a relationship if you're single, you might have kids if you want kids. Like, life will go on, but there's a difference between longevity and sustainability versus temporary. And it's like, that's your choice. Do you want to continue to have temporary, which leads to, you know, false hopes, false dreams coming true, seeing the illusion versus the truth? Or would you rather be embedded in sustainability and longevity and be proud of what you accomplish when you leave this life and transition into the next one? Okay, let's move on. Hi, Pharaoh. Okay. Do I have the air on or the heat on? What's the temperature? I think I have the heat on. It's 68 degrees. Hot. Pisces, May 2025. What's happening? If you're, I don't know, some of y'all are horny as a motherfucker, okay? Your mind is very graphic. I really don't want to see what I see, but, or there's, I don't know where your mind goes when you just be daydreaming and shit, but it goes to some X-rated places. Pisces. So that fell over the desk, past the table, onto the floor. Okay? I believe that was this deck's version of the Wheel of Fortune, but we'll see. You have covenant, sacred contract in reverse, Pisces. New beginnings in reverse. Same tune. Oh, no. I was wrong. It looked like it, though. They both have the will. I saw the will, but this is lost compass, getting back to integrity. It's in reverse, though. So with that being in reverse, this lets me know that I do believe before we are conceived and come to this earth, we are shown our path. We're shown our entire journey, right? And I also feel as though with certain spirits, not every spirit, but with certain spirits, the consequences of not taking said paths, or honoring certain sacred contracts, those consequences are at times, not all the time, but at times are chosen before you get here, right? So with lost compass, getting back to integrity, being in reverse, I'm getting there's a consequence that you agree to that's going to take place for you to honor this sacred contract that we've been discussing for the last 22 minutes. The number 2 is heavy. And for you to have this new beginning, because as mentioned earlier, whatever this path is that you're taking through your north node, through your south node, is connecting you to the peak of your north node. Do you hear that damn? I think that's a helicopter. Pisces. Now, on another note, some of you with, okay, let's switch this up. Starting with lost compass, getting back to integrity in reverse. I do feel like there is, so going back to like, I don't know if this is a job, but trying to make a decision, intentionality, trying to make a decision on, should you thug something out or should you let it go? Thugging it out would be sacred contract upright. Letting it go would be new beginnings upright, but they're both in reverse. And then with experiencing life as it comes, it's like you're scared to take a risk. You're terrified of the unknown. It's interesting because as I say that you're terrified of the unknown, they literally showed me like a baby developing in a mother's womb, right? And that's a safe space, right? And so with the baby's cry, I honestly don't know why the fucking doctors emphasize the crying of the baby. I don't know. Okay, I haven't experienced that personally for myself. But intuitively it's giving like that cry it's the unknown. Like once it comes out of that safe space into the external environment, it's now, the external environment is now the unknown, because now we're required to take the path that we were shown before we came here, you know? So when it comes to the learning and development from a newborn to a toddler to a child, you know, teenager, young adult, whatever the case may be, the course of life, some of those steps that are taken, especially like the first steps, the first words, you know, again, first moments, new beginnings, moon maidens, new beginnings, right? Virgin energy, maiden is virgin energy. So brand new. But when it comes to that, sometimes it's just the risk. You don't know the outcome, right? It's like, you know, riding a bike for the first time without training wheels. And with sacred contract in reverse and drifter experiencing life as it comes in reverse and intentionality, it's like, I hear you just need to go for it. Like you need to just go for it. We're in Taurus season. Like be bullheaded with it. Go for it. Charge at it. And that's connected to, you know, there's no reward without a risk. But you're so focused on the outcome, which as humans, you know, we're always in this mindset of what is the outcome? What is the end game? What is it? Well, what the fuck is it? Because truly, the more that we plan, the more that life becomes unpredictable. So what the fuck is it? Because I can't tell. Like, this is a real ass question I'm asking too. What the fuck is it? But you don't know until you try. So like Nike said, just do it, you know? And with that being said, let's shift into Pluto and Aquarius transit, which starts tomorrow and lasts until October 13th. Hi, Steve. I hear this card reflection is on the bottom. You're the bird. But as I see reflection, I hear Usher seduction. But like the mind is graphic, like I said. You could be into graphic design, but graphic. Pluto retrograde transit. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius transit for Pisces placements. Thank you. The waterfall in reverse. I think that's interesting because the Six of Forces, the forces, which would be the wands, but it's in reverse. You have 9, Archangel Michael. I said this before and I'll say it again. Archangel is not the original term, okay? Anywho, Archangel Michael. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius for Pisces. The King of Forces. Damn, it's a lot of forces. But nature. The lightning bolt. Storms. I actually like this. Anything else? Your crown chakra is definitely getting an upgrade throughout this transit. How many months is that? June, July, August, September, October. 5 months? Yeah. For sure. You have spring, autumn in reverse. So what seasons we're in spring right now. Summer. October will be in autumn. So I do feel like summer is going to be very impactful. September as well, but heavy energy on summer. August, something's changing. 5 of Forces, summer, winter. Summer is significant. For sure. I do feel like summer is preparing you for winter, though. The Scribe in reverse. There's a lot of unpredictability. Jamie Foxx's album Unpredictable is what I see. And the Ark of the Covenant. Protection. So you have 9/11 here. And as I always say, yeah, 2 of keys, choices. 9/11, Twin Towers. 9/11 is also the Egyptian New Year. Which energy are you choosing? The Tower moment, which with the lightning bolt here, it would be a Tower moment. But Tower moments are not always negative. You know, Tower moments are, it's divine intervention. It shows you when you are on track. And a Tower moment can happen as a positive omen to propel you, or you know, it can also show you where you're out of alignment, such as losing shit, accidents. Those are Tower moments to show you what's out of alignment. So what's in alignment and what's out of alignment is definitely being highlighted throughout this Pluto retrograde and Aquarius transit for you. Your resistance is being highlighted at this time too. But with the Ark of the Covenant, where you feel unprotected, that protection energy is also being reinforced. Okay. So I mentioned the mother womb, but let's talk about the father womb. Okay, because the father protection is connected to the father. Okay. So when that energy is absent, I just keep hearing, I hear absenteeism. What the fuck? But when that energy is absent, you know, people go to extremes for the sake of protection. There's also this transit. I feel like you're shifting from innocent until proven guilty mentality with people and just who you meet in life, into guilty until proven innocent. That's a major shift that's coming. But anywho, so with the waterfall in reverse, there's a lot of self-preservation coming into play, especially next to Archangel Michael. I must just start saying Michael respectfully, okay? Because Archangel is not right. Anywho, but with the number 9, and he's holding this child, you know, 9 months of pregnancy. But I do feel as though, and you see the little boy reaching up. Okay, the little boy is right here. This is the little girl. Okay, but anywho, going back to that journey and starting from when you were, you know, you were conceived, you were a seed. Michael is with you on that journey. With the King of Forces, though, you have 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 cards here representing the suit of forces. Forces, it could be air, you know, natural occurrences. It could also be fire intuitively as well, because, you know, fires can cause mass destruction. But there is an energy of self-preservation. You do have, I feel like on this journey, for those of you that utilize the term worry, you do have there's a different worry working with you on this. For others of you, you have a different specific ascended master working with you on this, and they are representing the energy of Archangel Michael. With the King of Forces, you are becoming more connected to nature. The more that you are connected to nature, the more that you are elevating and upgrading within your crown chakra, because your crown chakra is going through a massive transformation as well. I do feel like your thought process is going through a massive transformation as well, which means your perception is going through a transformation. Again, summer is very, very highlighted for you at this time with this transit. I do feel like something that you are quietly working on right now will be released in the summer. This could be a project. Shit, this could be you. I don't know. You could be releasing yourself from something, but something is being released in the summer. But there is a mix of Twin Tower, Egyptian New Year energy with this transit. So just be mindful of that. But no matter what happens, you are protected. But this Pluto transit is also testing your moral compass, okay? And your value system. Do you have a price? We're about to see. Okay? Okay. Summer Winter fell on the ground, so I'm about to pull on that real quick. Ace of Cups. Okay, summer. Summertime. Pisces. I don't know why I hear this song get low. So you could meet somebody. Well, this is May. Why are we talking about this now? That's why. Okay, so we're talking about this now. Knight of Cups in reverse, because you are just, no disrespect, okay? But again, as I mentioned at the beginning, there's a difference between healing and coping, and you're not as healed as you think you are to fully embrace what spirit is about to bring to you in the summertime. The sun slid out, okay? Summertime, okay? You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's some insecurities within. We all have insecurities, but it's the deepest, darkest ones that need to be worked on at this time. You know what they are. Justice. You could be seeing 1111 a lot. You may think it's working against you, but it truly is working for you. There's a need to be more thankful. Your thankfulness is connected to your pockets. That's very important, especially since your opposite is earth energy. Your gratitude is connected to your abundance. Your lack of gratitude is connected to paycheck living. And also probably financial irresponsibility. Okay. You could probably shop, you know, when you're in your feels and shit. All right. But is that healthy for you? Because and that's very interesting as well, because we started this talking about how you're unsure of the outcome, which is why you're not taking that journey. But yet when it comes to the bag, there's a focus on immediate satisfaction versus long-term building. It's very backwards. That's spirituality, the devil. That is spirituality and practicality being in reverse. Strength fell. It's a lot of Leo energy showing itself. Four of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. For others of you, you should really get into astrocartography. And if you're if you are in a location that is aligned with you, with this Four of Wands in reverse, okay, it's one or two things. It's either the location or it's the land. One of those are a fucking problem, which is why the Four of Wands is in reverse. But you're going to realize this and free yourself from it. And if you're in the midst of a contract, you'll find the loophole to it, which is why in this strength, this Infinity 8 is tattooed on her arm. That's a loophole for you. Perspective is everything, you know. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. But again, going Back to where we started with the Ten of Pentacles being in reverse, Nine of Swords. You don't want to hear it, but babe, you got to go through this South Node journey to get to the North Node. Or you can reincarnate, you know, it is up to you. Again, your title is going to be, you have a decision to make. Reincarnate or go through this journey. And that may sound like an ultimatum, but it's a real ass fucking choice, okay? Okay, so if you've seen American Gods, right? So you remember Laura? Laura was Shadow's wife, okay? And Laura, she was cheating and shit, okay? But anywho, when she went to the afterlife, when she died, okay? Cheating and injustice. But when she died and she went to see Anubis, and she was like, hold on, she asked to go back. I think she asked to go back, and Anubis was like, no. And then somehow, I forgot how the bitch ended up back on Earth. But either way, she had to become a better fucking human. So I don't know. I'm thinking about that scene from American Gods with this energy. And even in this strength, this is a transformation, okay? But a transformation of duality. Just because you've been fucked up out here before does not mean you cannot be better. Baby, I'm a living testimony. I don't know. Anything else? It's like you're holding on to versions of someone else's truth about you. Yeah, that's the root of this. That's the disconnect here. Your heart is outside of yourself and it's not in yourself. Like, it reminds me of one of those people. It's like you always need a boo. Why do you always need a boo? It's like, can you not thug it alone? Pisces. Or again, if it's not a boo, like, it's like you just always need a damn friend. But do you know how to be a friend to yourself, to be a friend to others, to always need a damn friend? But please be mindful, you know, when you start becoming everything to yourself, people that are not everything to themselves do get offended. Because as of this moment, just personally, there's so many people that have an issue with me that I don't have an issue with. And that's because a void that my energy filled, I have retracted and chose to give that energy to myself. And because I choose myself, they choose offense. And that's not my fucking problem. That's their problem. But it's a part of the game. It's a part of the experience. And then it's like that offense then becomes envy. And it becomes a fucking chain reaction. And it's like, really, beloved, just talk to God and go heal. Because that's what the fuck I had to do. I had to talk to God and go heal. And do this shit by myself. And it's hard as fuck, okay? But the favor and worthiness that comes with that, I wouldn't trade it for anything. So again, you have some decisions to make, Pisces, the Hanged Man. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Busta and Janet Jackson. I ain't heard that song in a minute. Gonna make your body win. Gonna make your body scream out, yeah. Gonna make. Anyhow. Janet Jackson looked good in that video, honey. Yes, the fuck she did. And that video was very Age of Aquarian-like, too. Back in the day. Yes, it was. If you haven't seen the music video, watch it, okay? But that's when the music videos was popping, okay? We was watching 106 in Park and BET and shit, okay? Anywho, Pisces. What is this? All of your nines are in reverse. We're in a 9 year. So we need to go back to 2024. Let's go back to May 2024. Hold on. Okay, so May 2024. My ass does not speak Spanish. What the fuck? I know a little bit. I know the basics, but your May 2024 title is Something's Coming, No Bueno. When I recorded that May 13th. That's interesting. I was about to move. You can tell by the background. But I did move a month and a day later after I recorded this. Well, that video. So that's interesting. A month and a day. 101. But the matrix is ones and zeros, right? So 2024. I feel like a cycle started to shift, but it didn't maintain the shift. So you have the nines that you want upright, you have it in you have it in reverse. 9 of Pentacles is in reverse, the 9 of Cups is in reverse. You also have the 4 of Cups in reverse. It's giving like you gave up. And 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, this is self-sufficiency. Self-made, you know? Your craft, your business, your passion, your ambition. The way you choose to make your money. You gave up on something. I hear Biggie, it was all a dream. It's interesting because when it comes to like the entrepreneurship world, right? And honey, I know I can do better. I'm very well aware of that. And God is on my ass about that, okay? However, when it comes to CEO, and it's crazy because I'm literally currently getting this lesson in real life, okay? But when it comes to like being a CEO or being a leader, you know, managing anything, having to govern something and be in that position, fucking nuts. I'll get you when you come back. Baby, these cat eyes be cat eyeing. Anywho, when it comes to managing, when it comes to governing, I'm learning this lesson through people. Because if you know me personally, like if I have the choice, I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna deal. Again, you got it. God bless you. Talk to God. I'm gonna stay in my lane, okay? That's me on a personal note. Now, when it comes to business, it's not quite like that, right? You know, especially when you work with other people that you don't pick and choose yourself. You know, you have to adapt to personalities and frequencies that on any given day, it would be a fuck no, right? But again, we're here for a bigger purpose. For some, it's just the bag. For some, it is, you know, refining the skills. Everyone's purpose and reasoning is different, right? For me, and where I am in life, what I am calling in, Spirit is literally taking me through the day-to-day action to show me what I am ready for and what I am not ready for. And whatever it is that I'm not ready for, and one of my favorite quotes that I like to say is, as a weakness is just an unmastered strength, right? So whatever I'm not ready for, I am now in the position to master that weakness into a strength, so that when I do have the fucking whatever position that I desire, I'm able to sustain it long term. Like everything is about long term, because my focus is heavy on legacy right now, and what I am birthing and what I am building from my own two hands, and voice as well. So, but there are times when, you can't focus on the math of it. You really have to be calculated with focusing on the reasoning and the passion of it. And I was kind of saying this to a sign last night, but for you to have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Nine of Cups in reverse, this shit is not fucking easy. Okay, this came up last year, when I was still living in Virginia, but it was one day I had went to Wawa to get some coffee. Really wish there was a Wawa in Georgia, but anywho, I went to Wawa to get some coffee, or in the Atlanta surrounding areas, because there is like one in Georgia, but it's like closer to Florida. Anywho, I googled it, but I was listening to the Steve Harvey morning show, and he was talking about, people that have a passion and have a dream. And it's like, then once you have that passion, that dream, I'm not going to quote verbatim, but basically it's like you get in the field, in the ring with those people that also have a passion and a dream, and then it becomes like, a battle of the fittest, who can survive the game, who can really see it through. And it's kind of like, I hear you've bowed out when you weren't supposed to bow out. And bow wow has nothing to do with this, but no, it's like you bowed out of a game when you were supposed to, bow deeper into the game. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. But that is coming up for you to get back into. I hear you can do it, put your back into it. Now your Four of Wands is upright, okay? You need to shake your tambourine. So it's time to make some noise. Judgment call. Again, you have a decision to make. Do you want to continue to stay behind the fence where it's safe, or do you want to step over the fence and make a boss move, okay, for you to really have what the fuck you want and for it to flow together effortlessly? Okay? Just something to think about. You can do it, put your back into it. I can do it, put my ass to it. I may watch Save the Last Dance. I have a lot of shit to watch. What am I pulling on? Let's pull on Scorpio full moon. That is on May 12th. Now that reading we looked up was May 13th. Interesting. Maybe keep pulling, okay. Scorpio full moon for Pisces. We're good on time. 333. I feel that. Pisces, Scorpio full moon. They have been making me laugh. Hold on. Okay. Six. Okay. So you have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Full moon in Taurus is November 5th. We're covering full moon in Scorpio, but the full moon in Taurus is in Scorpio season. But you have your dreams need a practical plan upright and step out of your comfort zone. So if you don't have a 6-month plan, you need one. You need one. And a practical 6-month plan, because again, your dreams need a practical plan, okay? So I don't use the word budget because I feel like the word budget is a limitation. But financial structure is one of the terms I like to use. But there needs to be a dream structure as well. I feel like you need to create a domino effect with your passions, because whoever I'm speaking to, you have more than one passion. Like they can be encompassed into one, but it's like, why would you limit them to that? Like each passion is a branch of your tree, basically. And would step outside of your comfort zone. It could be self-promotion. I don't know. I hear you just like rather pay somebody else to do it. If you could, you would. But if you are unable to, that's because Spirit wants you to do it yourself, basically. Yeah, don't let pride get in your way. So this Scorpio full moon that we have on May 12th, it's like you are the source and the resource, okay, at the same time. Now, again, you can encompass both of those energies into one as well, right? Which is kind of like duality. Masculine, feminine, bring it together, duality. But with this, there's a confidence issue here. Yeah, nothing is yet set in stone. So you still have unlimited possibilities. And the Scorpio full moon is showing you have unlimited possibilities. So pay attention to the signs that you're getting, especially in communication with just different people. It's like, different guides of yours are showing up through people to be like, hey, you remember this? When was the last time you visited this? When was the last time you touched on this? When was the last time? I don't know. There's a need to... But then we started this with you need to do everything brand new. So it's not revising it. It's just really starting over from scratch. Kind of, sort of. But creating a plan that is a domino effect, so that this is like creating multiple streams of income for yourself, It's like have one passion go in one bank account and then another passion deposited to another bank account. I don't know. There's a need to get creative with how you're building your dream. And it feels like it's like a Bob the Builder energy for you as well. Yeah, you're very close to achieving your goal, but dedication. And Nipsey is a Leo, so Leo season is very significant. If you start now, it's like the sun can really shine on you this summer if you allow, in more ways than one. And that can also contribute to that high sexual drive that some of you have, like the sacral chakra is active, create. If you choose to not create, nothing will come out of this situation. If you choose to not be dedicated and bow in, nothing will come out of this situation. But if you choose to do so, the end of a tough cycle approaches. It's like, how we're supposed to hibernate and rest in winter. But we tend to do the opposite because, again, life goes on and we did not utilize the other 3 seasons to properly put ourselves in position in order to really rest in the winter and fucking hibernate and rejuvenate and all of the things. But it's like, if you create the plan now, if you write the vision, make it plain, which means make it practical for you, and stick to that day by day, you'll really see a payoff in the summer, and somehow in the winter you're able to, I just hear rest. Like, you've been wanting rest this whole time, but this is like the keys to get it. You should watch the Libra reading. It's in the Libra playlist, but it's called You Are the Key Master. Yeah, confidence is your key to success. There's an issue with confidence. You are the key master. So that's the Scorpio full moon for you. Let's jump into the new moon in Gemini Pisces. What's in my lap is step out of your comfort zone in reverse again. Let's switch it up. New moon in Gemini for Pisces. The new moon in Gemini is on May 26th. Tree ancestry. Ooh, 42 lost. So yeah, this the Gemini new moon is initiating the South Node journey. The South Node journey that we spoke of. The alignment. Sunflower action just flipped out. Yes, indeed. Once you, but your energy, I just see you going from like dark and sad and faking the smile to truly being happy and feeling free and so fucking proud of yourself. But whatever this is, again, your abundance, your healing, it's the gratitude, all of that, it's all connected. But cowrie shells in abundance, that's an ancient way of making money. So, you know, you could be, times are changing, right? So it's like, if you're not into stocks and crypto and Bitcoin shit, I will tell you, I'm the fuck not. But it would be wise to learn, you know, step outside of your comfort zone. But it's kind of like, you know, yes, we all have our own reality, but at the same time, and I've been saying this a lot, the ability to adapt is the ability to thrive. I haven't been saying that verbatim, but yeah, power lines energy, the ability to adapt is the ability to thrive. And if you think about power lines, like, there are some places, honey, every time it fucking storms, the lights go out. There are other places, every time it storms, the energy is sustainable. Nothing goes out. So again, a shift in energy. Now we have, no, I almost said it. I was about to say now we have a 9 upright, but we don't. You have 8 heart love. So yeah, this connects back to 2024 and smiley face joy. The energy will shift. So this, honestly, it feels like, but the song itself that I'm about to say, the song itself seems heavier than the energy that I'm reading, but heavy on new edition, can you stand the rain? So literally, for you to have a new edition and a new beginning, because you did have new beginnings come out in reverse, you have to be able to withstand the rain. Storms will come. You had the lightning bolt. This we know for sure, okay? But can you stand the rain? Like new edition asked. Anything else for the Gemini new moon for Pisces? That is all. All right, we're about to bring this to a close. I'm gonna be here all day. Here it is, though. Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. This is that Wheel of Fortune card. Do you have a message for Pisces before we get the advice? Anything? Anything at all? I just need one if you do have something. You Dream Thief, refusal of the call, and Cosmic Wound, the divine feminine. So they just wanted to affirm the message. This starts with a mother womb, okay? And for this to be 6, and 6 is Gemini, the lovers, I feel like you need to go back to before, especially if you can. If it's not the parents, the grandparents, like, how did y'all meet? Okay, start there. Was it a trauma bond? Start there, you know? But June 13th, this is 6/13. June 13th is Friday the 13th, which is the divine feminine. So again, the mother is significant. May is the prequel. And then the new moon in Gemini, the mother. But let's get your final message. As far as the crystal, labradorite. Final message. Thank you. That was quick. So you have the Queen of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. It says, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Some of you have been very rude, a bitch, nasty. Here, nasty spirited. But it's just your energy is low. So that's being expressed externally. So you're being asked to make time for those who really give a fuck about you. Like, really. And I feel like the energy that you are absorbing and consuming are from energies and people that don't give a fuck about you, okay? Even if they say they do, they really don't, which is why you feel the way that you do. Let's take heed to that. But yes, take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And then lastly, you have the Three of Cups. So a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. And this is really saying celebrate yourself for your achievements, okay? And you don't always have to spend money to celebrate yourself either. Get creative. I love you. God bless you. Happy May. I don't know who's next, but I'll see y'all in a minute. Bye. 336, North Carolina. Come on, Eraser. Take your shirt off. Spinning like a helicopter. Okay, bye.